All right, shalom, shalom, boys. Here. Well, we're on the homestead now, about to make a couple of new tinctures that I'm trying. And as you know, if anybody has been investigating tinctures, tinctures are basically just a combination of herbs and 90 proof or 100 proof vodka alcohol. And as we get into the fall season in the flu season, we know that these diseases and these sicknesses are running rampant. So what we're going to want to do is put ourselves in a situation where we're boosting our immunity to ensure that we're not getting sick all the damn time. So what I was able to do was to harvest all of these guntwood balls from the guntwood tree and go ahead and proceed to make some tinctures out of them. Now, as we know, the Tamiflu, uh, the Tamiflu medicine that you use, that the doctor gives you, is typically used for the treatment of the flu. But we can go ahead and we can make our own uh, flu shot by simply put, just collecting these guntwood balls. And the interesting thing about them is that they look exactly like viruses. If you look them up close, they look exactly like viruses. So we're going to go ahead and prepare for the fall because I love making tinctures. I mean, we make all sorts of tinctures here. We have a ton of echinacea tinctures. We have superbug that I made over 10 years ago. And I'm telling you, the longer that you put these tinctures in this alcohol and sit it, the more potent that is. So what we're going to go ahead and do is go ahead and fill these mason jars with the tincture. Now, I store a ton of mason jars, but in addition to that, you can use mason jars, but you can also use these rings continuously, provided they're not broken. But one of the things you also want to invest in is the wide mouth um, jar lids to ensure that you're keeping your situation when it comes to your tincture sanitary. So what you're going to need is the actual herb. Now you can use any herb that you can use to make tinctures with, but you need 90 proof vodka. You need herb, you need your jars, you need your lids, and you need your rings as well. So these are old rings, but they can be reused again. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and fill all of these with, and and you're going to want the green ones, the ones that's right off the tree. So what I'm doing is going ahead and filling these because the idea is that, instead of taking the Tamiflu medicine, you can go ahead and take this and it acts just like the Tamiflu. Um, and so we can go ahead and harvest these all day uh, to ensure that when it comes time for the flu season to come around, we have an active defense against it. And it's interesting, again, these things look just like viruses. Now, it's amazing that these things that look like viruses protect you against viruses. So the idea is to go ahead and fill up your jars with tincture, with the actual gump balls from the gump tree. Okay, you see this is what I'm doing right now. So fill these up. If I have enough for three, I have enough for three, but I'm going to go ahead and fill these up. And I have more. I have access to more, but I'm going to go ahead and just use what I have here right now. And continuously fill these up. I mean, it's a good thing to have access to stuff like this, especially when you're in the country. But these trees grow all through North America. I remember seeing these, on the floor, on the ground, and didn't know that they were herbs. Didn't know that they were good to make tinctures. So let me see. Yeah, I probably got enough to make one more. So go ahead and fill these bad boys up. And as you see, we got these directly off the tree. So it's pretty safe. I mean, I'm not worried about it from what I understand. I've never seen a video of anybody talking about the need to wash them off. So, pretty much in addition to that, you got the fact that you're soaking this stuff in 90 proof vodka. So, I mean, that'll kill any germs in of itself. But we go ahead, fill these bad boys up. And what I can do is go ahead and if I get more later on, I'll just add an additional more of these gunk balls to the tincture. So we go ahead, fill them up right here, and then I go, these are not good, so I'm not going to use these. Go ahead and, no, that one is good. Then go ahead and throw the rest of these away. Oh! Okay. Go ahead and throw the rest of these away. And then go ahead and take the vodka. Pretty straightforward to make. Fill these bad boys up. Which one is this? This is 100 proof. Now, I don't think there's too much of a difference between the 90 and the 100 proof when it comes to the actual making of the tincture itself. So we'll go ahead and just add. It looks like I'm going to have enough for a third. And this is 100. Put this other stuff in here. So go ahead, fill them right on up. Fill them up to the T. This stuff is going to be good. I mean, this is a good business to get into. I mean, I wish I had the time to do a business like this because it's just so profitable. With people trying to move away from all of these medications. But the idea is very simple. You have all of these people on social media, and they're selling all these products. And the fact of the matter is that for the most part, they're not making these products. What they're doing is they're going ahead and they're buying the herbs in bulk from a distributor, and they're putting it together themselves, and they're slapping a name on it. And that's not really what you want to do. You want to get involved in getting businesses and develop businesses of products that you actually produce yourself. Like, we'll be getting into making goat milk or goat milk, and as well as we're going to be making soap because we have the actual goats. And so the name of the game is that if you have the actual goats, the main ingredient is the milk, but you also have the lye. And we've invested in purchasing a large amount of that stuff as well. But the idea is that, it's just much more better when you produce the product yourself as opposed to you going ahead and reselling something that someone else produced and just slapping your name on it. I mean, me personally, I think that is a much, much better business strategy than going ahead and buying something. Buying it for one and selling it for two. So there you have it. We go ahead and we put the lids on it, and we got this done. And so, boom, 1, 2, 3. Put the lids on it, and as you see, boom. Keep this in a cool, dry place. Boom, boom, boom. And then you take it. Afterwards, I'll put some more gumballs in there when I get them, but boom. And there you go. There you have it. Good old fashioned tinctures, good old fashioned uh, herbal remedies instead of having to take all of these medications and stuff. But there you have it, a Tamiflu tincture that you don't have to deal with the actual medications that this system puts out. But there you go. Boaz here from Covenant Homestead. Shalom.